Here I am, Leon C., aka Morpheus. And today, you are listening to the Academy of Wow Men. In this lesson today, this information isn't for free. It's not. However you decide to contribute back to me, feel free to do so. But I'm charging you for this information right here because it's vital. As your professor here in the Academy, today I'm going to transform into your doctor, should you allow me to. Now, you don't have to accept my information. You do not have to accept what I'm telling you about this good thing that I'm going to share with you. You may already have a personal doctor. You may be a doctor yourself. You may not feel the need or think you need to listen to this simple, common man called Morpheus on your YouTube channel. So it's by choice, should you decide to take the red pill or you decide not to. But what I would recommend for you to do is listen and comprehend what I am saying. What I'm going to tell you, I've spoken about before, but I'm going to break it down a little further here. What I'm going to share with you is for you, and it is clinically studied. These are things that I have experienced myself and for others. And yes, we can always say that everyone is different. Sure, we can say that. That's a very childish thing. I hear that a lot, and it will comply to some faucets and facets. Yeah, I said faucets of your life and your situations, but too many people use that as an excuse rather than the proper context. There is many things that will comply to different cultures or different phylums, but there is universal necessities for the common human being who is roaming the entire circumference of the earth. So therefore, it can comply to you as well, no matter what color, race, or identity you may have. Just like air is just about for everyone, there are times where you may take it in a different form, but you still need it, such as, what do you call that, deep sea diving? You still get in the form of oxygen while you're below sea level, while you're in the water. Or you may be drinking water at a certain time, but you're still breathing air in. However, there's a lot of people who don't know about their body. Now, what I'm going to talk about is cleansing yourself. I do not go by simulated, artificial, generic, fake, or made-up forms of health. I am a natural. Let's just say today. No, I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying for this study here, because I'm going to begin to sound like one. Okay. These things is something that is what most people do not get. I deliver this information. I delivered it before in a different matter. And I continue to come across people and patients, old and young, who do not know about detoxing. I ask them often, and it really tickles me. It tickles me when I ask an older person at age 56, age 55, age 49, age 43. I ask them, do you know what a detox is? They say, no. What is a detox? See, the word detox, it kind of rings a bell. A lot of people think you got to do something special, where you got to go get some type of, you got to get something administered to your body at a very high price. Or are you taking in a very bad form of a heavy drink that's going to really turn your life upside down? No, detox is as simple as adding a couple of packets of tea into your water. No, detoxing as well come in pill forms. The most effective and healthy form that is subtle and not so aggressive would be going through the tea form. There's plenty of detox tea that you can use, and it will cleanse out your body. And let me go to the details of what these things do. And another thing that I have asked several people, okay? Hold on, let me take a drink. Today's drink is, again, Pure Leaf. And this brand, once again, is unsweetened. And I told you before, I like it. There's no sugar in it. It's made just right. It's nothing fancy. It's just regular tea. Very healthy. It's very effective for me and my phylum. And I find it to be very therapeutical. Very therapeutic. Yeah, I use that word. Give me a moment here while I take a swig of this. I have found tea to be very, very much a go-to. It hasn't been like that in my earlier years. But I find it to be very fascinating. It's a flavor that my body has gotten used to, and it's quite well. It's a better alternative for me against coffee, or if it's not coffee, it's other type of forms like what y'all like to drink is energy drinks. There's an audio I made for you. It's called Energy Drink Death. I implore you and I advise you to listen to that audio. It has nothing to do with me trying to promote myself and get some viewership on my channels, which may be something that some of you think of, and some other people who may think I'm trying to, what you call that, advertise myself. No, it's important for you to listen to that, because this information is for your empowerment, just like I'm going to do today. I'm going to make you powerful today. I'm giving you something. How about this? I'm going to take you to the water, and I'm going to show you they have a name for this river, like the Sea of Life. Some people call it the Sea of Youth. Okay, that's why I told you this is going to cost you. However you pay Morpheus back, feel free to do so. It could be through likes. It could be through subscribing. It can be through purchasing my book, 2020, America Rise or Fall Hard, by me, Leon C. Or you can go ahead and contribute to my Patreon channel. Now, again, I'm not promoting myself. I'm telling you that this costs. I'm the seller. This is what you're getting. Okay? But I'm having good faith in you. That's why I'm giving it to you anyway. And I'm going to let you do what you want to do with it, because I know you're concerned about your health. So you get the information either way. So you're going to be going to the river of life today. There are 3 facets to your body that's very vital. And I don't know if some of you heard this before. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. All right. There's something else I ask a person as well who's around 56, 44, and 56. I asked them a question. I said, do you know what an enema is? Have you ever had an enema? Do you know what an enema is? And they will usually say no. Now, the percentages is there will be 20% of the people that I speak to out of the 100 who will say, yeah, I know about that. The rest of them are like, what are you talking about? I thought an enema was for this, and I don't need it, and such and such. But when I hear a 56-year-old person tell me I've never had a detox and I never had an enema. Okay. As your pretend doctor today, my face turned pale. When they ask me this question, the first thing I want to do is dial my connections to another professional doctor and schedule them an appointment to get checked, to get your colon checked, to get your innards checked, to get your vitals checked, because I know something you don't know when you get to that particular point. Your body, first of all, let's talk about the very basic thing of your body. Your body is a chemical powerhouse. And the chemicals which run in your body is, of course, your body fluids. And the fluids within your body is going to affect your mood, and it has a lot to do with your neural activity as well. Your nodes and the nerve endings that you have, all these things play in the vital development of your emotions and your health. It will affect your hair. It affects your skin pigmentation. It affects if you're going to get a pimple, and it definitely affects where your bacteria goes. And I'm going to call it bacteria for today. There are different book term descriptions of what this waste is called. Or let's be real, because some of that may be more effective for you. Let's just call it waste. Okay, let's call it waste. Your body deals with waste in several ways. But one of the big ways it wants to do it is remove this waste from your body. Once a food product enters into your mouth, your body goes on alarm. Everything in your body and your chemistry, again, your chemical warehouse of your body, is going to formulate itself to deal with this piece of food that you put in your mouth. Now, several things happen. I'm going to do my best not to bore you, because I can really go deep into this, and it could be a 3-hour audio, and I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to skip some things. All right. So you don't need to correct me, because I already know. Okay. I'm the doctor here. I'm just trying to speed up this conversation. Okay. So let's skip all this stuff. Okay. After you have digested this food, the processes go where there's a separation anomaly that occurs within your stomach, is which I'm going to call it right now, or your powerhouse, the centrifuge of yourself. And of course, the body is going to disperse and distinguish and distribute where these proteins, minerals, vitamins, and nutrition and other useful or non-useful byproducts of this item that you have devoured will go. And out of that mesh of food, there is a percentage around 30 to 20 of what you cannot use, or the body do not want to use, or the body cannot use for several reasons. Those percentages is based on you. It's based on what you are eating and how healthy that you are. There's a word called absorption of nutrition. And there's other forms of absorbing nutrition. Sometimes to absorb calcium, you need a form of magnesium. Okay. And also, if you mash wrap with a little bit of D3, vitamin D3, that can help you as well. But it all determines on several factors based on how much you weigh, and based on what you're eating, and based on how you're getting rid of this waste matter after the body gets done dicing it up. Okay. What a lot of people do not know, and what I'm sharing with you today, is the 3 factors start with your cleansing. All right. Just like an automobile, I'm going to describe it this way. In an automobile, there is a combustion chamber. In that combustion chamber, you have oil that lubricates as well on the outside. It lubricates the metal parts, or aluminum parts, but they're all metal. They just have different names of it. And over an extent of usage, this is why they tell you to change your oil 3,000 miles. Okay. Or for some a little more, that oil gets dirty with little particles of metal from the engine, or from the heating compartments of the engine. And you have metal particles that fall into the bottom of your oil pan, and for your transmission, it falls in the bottom of your transmission pan. You know this when you take the oil pan down, and there's times where you won't see it in your oil filter because it's in the oil filter. But if you take the oil pan down, there is a thing called a magnet, which will catch the metal fragments. And most times it is invincible to the eye, but when they build up, listen carefully, when they build up, they are visible. You can actually put your finger on this magnet, and when you pull your finger up, those are metal particles. And the harder you drive the car, the more metal particles you're going to see down there. And it can also indicate damage if there's a higher percentage of metal particles down there on the oil pan. Your body's no different. The way your body distributes this type of issue that it has, let's say your oil is your blood. And within your blood, there are several, again, I'm using the word facets. There's an apparatus of lots of things that happen through your bloodstream, and especially when you put stuff underneath your skin, you put medications in your body, and you keep going to, again, the pharmaceuticals. Your body is trying to flush this stuff out and figure out what it is and take it in and deal with your everyday with a balance, but you become unbalanced the moment you put something in your body. Your body speaks to you because it has a conversation with you through its mood, through how it feels, and most times we just don't want to pay attention to because we're too lazy. And how it speaks to you is how tired it is, how energized it is, or how you're able to digest your food, and it's able to assimilate this nutrition and protein to your cellular levels that's required to be repaired or to be maintained. In that fluctuation, let me slow myself down a little bit because it can get deep at this point. Okay. That also determines how much you are burning your food through your daily activities when you aren't doing anything and you're lazy. Okay. Be prepared to be sluggish because you're not using what you're eating. Be prepared to fall asleep and gain weight. This is why people tell you don't eat so much, or if you eat, go work it off. What you put in is going to come out eventually. Are you listening to what I'm telling you today? Because you start getting tired. Your metabolism will slow down. Two parts of this is how many times you eat a day, because it's still going to be in your digestive tract, or some people say your gut, and there's a process going on. You got food that's coming down the drain to your stomach, and you have food that's already in your gut being processed to go out of your colon or be distributed or pushed out of your colon. So this is going to cause your body to become uncomfortable. Now, at this particular point, I can write a book about this. Okay, at this point right here, I can write a book about this, because this tethers to the crazy man and the crazy woman right here. This tethers when you smoke funny sticks, marijuana, and you get hungrier. This tethers when you take on unnatural drugs. This happens when you put stuff in your veins. Your body's already going through something. Who's going to suffer more than anything? Wait, who's going to suffer more than anything? Your body is going, no. Your brain, your mind is. Every interruption, every stimulation, every issue you got going on in your body, your brain picks this up. But what happens with this sort of interaction with your brain is that you just become completely uncomfortable, but your brain wants you to be comfortable. Your body wants you to be comfortable, so you just accept it as a mood. Or you're very angry, or you're very frustrated and stressed out. Or when you speak to people, they halfway understand you, because what you'll do is you will blame your frustrations on your tasks at hand, like your job. You're working too long. Your back hurts. You don't have time to do this. You got to do that. You start talking about things that are unnecessary and unimportant. And here's another thing. When the crazy person come in, you can say the Karen, or definitely the Karen. When you deal with people who seem to be completely out of control in one form or the other, are they just mad at everything? They don't know that that anger is actually inward, that's your body acting out. They don't understand that the body wants you to be comfortable, so you blame your situation on what's outside of you, but it's always going on the inside of your gut level. And so your body is dealing with a chemical imbalance that causes a fight or flight syndrome, or a I need to go rest and sleep for a while syndrome. And in this particular form, you would think, why are you resting? Why are you tired? I just slept for 8 hours or such and such amount of time ago. That's because you still got food in your, here you go, waste in your gut tract. And you still got food in your stomach. So the body is trying to work it out all at one time and trying to push this stuff out. Therefore, in order to get your rest and to receive your restitution is when you put yourself to sleep, which your body puts you to sleep. So at this particular point, it's critical. Now you're gaining weight. Now you're getting pimples on your face. Now, here, I told you I'm skipping over some stuff. Waste. Your body is trying to push it out in one form or the other. It will come out through your breath. It will come out through your colon. It'll come out through your skin. It'll come out through your hair. It'll come out through your attitude. It'll come out through your eyes. You start getting baggy eyes, black rims around your eyes. You start feeling aches and pains in your bones and joints. You start having issues. You can't, and there will be some times where you cannot sleep. Why are you so irritated? Because your body is dealing with all these chemical imbalances, and then you are so smart enough, because you buy into the pharmaceuticals, you buy into the commercials, you buy into your lying construct of dealers that want you to buy their product to tell you take this pill so you can sleep well at night. Now you got an additional irritation for your body. So your body is like, what the hell now are you going to do to me? Of course, yes, the pill may put you to sleep. It may put you to sleep, but it's not going to solve your problem. You're going to feel a little rested and think you did something for yourself, but you still got brown Joe in your gut waste that needs to be. When you don't take care of yourself, there is another thing that builds up in your body, and it's a thing called mucus. The mucus, which I'm calling it, there's other names for it. Yes, it builds up in your colon lines. It builds up in your gut level. It has to be there because it's there to save you. Oh yeah, Morpheus is going today. I'm going in today. I got my scalpel and I got my gloves, but I got to do this because I care about your health. I told you, you're paying for this. This is vital for you. Should you decide to take it? Okay. If you don't want to take it, let that be on you. That have nothing to do with my knowledge, have nothing to do with my information. It has a lot to do with facts. It's all up to you and how you care about yourself. You can call me crazy or you want to. You have free will. Don't listen to me. Don't accept what I have to say. Go to your hospital. Go talk to your doctor. Okay? Or you can wait until you're 56 years old or 60 and your doctor tells you got colon cancer because you didn't want to listen to this mediocre, little bitty, powerless simpleton of a Morpheus. I'm going to make myself clear. Mucus begin to build up for a protective sort of, I call it for you, lubrication. This lubrication is to trap, is to hold, and is to prevent you of getting sick and of dealing with other types of waste that want to break through your skin or your barrier. Just like your skin, your derma is your first line of defense. But your internal part of your body, okay, there's a thing called mucus. And some of that mucus sometimes go to two areas that are vital as well. It is in your nostrils, okay? Some of that mucus is in the lining of your, I got a name for it, but I'm not going to deep into it because, again, it's going to make it go too long. Let's just say your nostrils, keep it simple. Then there's also some mucus down there in your colon lining, like I just said, and in your gut levels. This helps you keep regular. This helps you, again, just like oil. It helps it to come out a lot easier. Okay? But in this particular form of this oil, I just described to you, just like your car, it's going to, let's say that this mucus is the magnet. It's the magnet for the bacteria and for the waste that you have been eating for the past 30, 40, 50, or 60 years. Are you understanding? This oil needs to be changed, but you don't know it needs to be changed. You don't realize that you are building up this. Okay, we are adults here. Over time, it's going to be amalgamated and infested with all the waste that's not going to leave your body because it's mucus. It's difficult for mucus to leave your body at that level because it's stuck to your walls. You're going to need help to get that thing out. Or you can leave it in there and wait until I'm going to get to it in a moment. These buildup of waste turn into certain other type of bacteria that's going to cause a doctor to have to go in there and tell you got some black bumps on your colon lines. Okay. And there's some other things that occur as well when you have damage, when your fecal matter is too big. Okay. When you are backed up, when you have a certain form of diarrhea. All right. For some of my people that have taken very good advice from me, I had several freak out situations from them, and they would call me up, or they would be very embarrassed, and they'd come to me and I have to tell you something, since you know a lot about the body, Morpheus. There's some red spots when I went to the bathroom. And what's wrong with me? Is something wrong with me? And I asked them several questions. Say, was you constipated? And they say, yes, I've been constipated. Okay, how long did it take? Whatever. Yes, we have to go. I have to do it. Okay, when did it start hurting? So on and so forth. Did you feel pain? Yes, this, that. Come to find out, the waste had to expand itself through that little bitty outlet, and it bruised the walls. It cut their exit hole. Are y'all listening to what I'm saying? And so they thought something was wrong on the inside. No, it was the damage from having so much waste, and it was too wide because of the food that they were eating and because it's been in the body for too long. See, what happens as well in your colon? Look at the colon like a, how can I put it? Well, you're familiar with that part, but the gut lining as parallel tubes. And sometimes with this mucus, it takes a while to relieve what is stuck there. It's not going to let it go so easy. And this is where I tell you, leave meat alone. But some of you don't want to listen because it tastes real good to you. You don't comprehend how bad this thing can really damage your internal organs, because it takes a while to digest it. There are some other foods that you should not be eating, and it takes a while to digest. There's things that I tell people not to eat also, such as corn. You put this thing in your mouth and it comes out looking the same, and you'll say, how come the body did not? Well, there are some people who can digest it like that. And if you do, you can only digest a certain portion of corn, but the body has to get rid of the rest. And there are times where if your colon line, your gut is already backed up as it is. I'm not talking about constipated. So you don't know. I'm bringing awareness to you right now. You don't know that your gut is backed up because your body wants you to be comfortable, and it's not going to tell you, Mr., Mrs. Joe, there's some food right here in the gut. You don't know that, but you keep eating steak. You can eat your tacos. You can eat your pizza. Go ahead and get your yogurt and drink your nasty cow milk because you are a calf. Okay. And there are times where you can also have this. Let's slow down. Okay. Let me pump the brakes, because here I am again, put my nerd hat on. Listen, your body won't tell you because your body wants you to be comfortable, and you would do everything that you can as the owner of your body to be comfortable. And you would do that through pills, medications, sleeping, resting, walking, and running. You won't know that this thing is happening to your body. You don't know that. You think your mood swings is natural. And it's even more critical for women. This is when I tell you in some of my audios, if you listen to it, several of them back, I tell you, I know a lot about the woman's body. When it comes to chemistry, I take a fork and a spoon and I eat it up. Because I know how these things connect to the next, to the next, to the next. When a woman's chemistry is already off, she's on her time, or she's emotional about something, or she's not feeling well, this interaction with her gut level and the processes of trying to expel through her colon line is going to cause even more of a problem, a maelstrom of emotions for this lady, in which she don't understand what the core of a problem is, especially when she's already hurting because of her time and expelling blood. All right? It's going to be vital for her, and it's going to make her even more on edge, even though she realizes, she knows it's just her time in the month. But there's something else additional going on with her because her body's still trying to cleanse itself. It's still trying to get rid of this. So let's talk about some solutions here. Let Dr. Morpheus give you some solutions here. Again, should you take the red pill? Fine. Take the blue pill? That's your choice. You're not recommended to this channel. Okay? Nobody's forced you to be. No doctor said, go listen to Morpheus. No. You make the decision. You decide for yourself. And you get your own results. Just know that somebody out here in the world, know that Morpheus, okay, blinked up on your computer screen and began talking to you about something that could help you, Neo. All right? The method of detoxing speeds up and helps to cleanse the other chemical imbalances in your body, definitely your blood. If you're taking a lot of medications, you're taking a lot of pills, you putting stuff underneath your skin, some VACs or something like that, you need to detox every now and then. Okay, depending on if you've never done it before or you do it often, in the first few times, you're going to be very exhausted and you're going to be tired because it's working its process. And the time to detox will be when you are going to sleep. Usually I would recommend at least take it 2 hours before you go to sleep. While you asleep, let it work. Let it work. So when you wake up and you're still trying to detox, your body's still in the process. By the time you wake up, you're going to have at least maybe an hour or two before it is done with the process. And you're going to feel brand new. It's almost like resetting a computer. You reset this thing, close out all the tabs, close down all the apps. You resetting it, and it's going to start off fresh. So your blood would be cleansed. Whatever your body's trying to process at that time will have the ability to cleanse itself and move it out of the way to help you brighten up your day. Now, the oral way of detoxing yourself is vital to keep this stuff, the waste, from your skin or from your hair. It's vital to keep this waste away from your nails, your teeth, and your breath. The breath part about it is an indication that you got rot on the inside of you somewhere. It's a sign that your body is still in process. Anytime you're with somebody or you're around them and they talk to you and it smells like they got dragon breath, just note that their body is not clean. They're still in the process of it. And it's a sign as well of how dirty this person is. If you can smell their breath and it smells like a toilet, okay, it is what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. And this person is unhealthy. They're going to need some help eventually. They're going to need some professional help. And it's best for you to bring awareness to them that they need to take care of their hygiene. They need to get in the gym. They need to stop eating whatever that they're eating. Because the body speaks. And when you're standing next to them, it will speak to you too. Once that waft hits you, okay, you're done. You know you are. you and you don't want to offend nobody. You don't want to tell them, "Damn, man, your breath stink." You don't want to do that. Some people do. Some people are just raw and straightforward. Like, dude, your breath smell like ass. You want to say that, and you should, but do it with an explanation. There's a way to say that. Say, man, you offended me right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't want you to think I'm talking bad about you, but your breath smell bad, and you offended me. They are responsible for how they take care of their body. They're responsible for that. So you should not feel or think you're responsible to not hurt their feelings by telling the truth. Otherwise, they're going to be hurting you by standing there talking. You forget about 6 feet distance between you and them. You're going to need like 8 feet distance because they smell so bad. So you're going to be offended. Their underarms stink. Their breath stink. Right? And they're trying to put on all this cologne or for some perfume. And you still smell them. It's like, what are you doing to yourself? That's waste trying to come out. Pockmarks start beginning on individuals' faces on the often, or your white skin start getting sensitive and abrasions on there. You start bleeding easier. You don't know why. You're getting these rashes in crazy places that you're not supposed to be getting rashes, scratching on your back. Baby, why are you scratching your back? Why? Your body is talking to you saying, I need to get this stuff out. What you doing? Another clear indication as well with this bacteria, or again, waste trying to leave your body. Before you go to bed sometimes, or here we go, sometimes when you sleep, you start itching. Now, why am I itching? Like, I'm not dirty. No, your skin's not dirty. No, it's irritated because it's trying to get these toxins out of your body. It's full of waste and it's trying to get rid of it. And oftentimes you can sleep and you can wake up and the itching will be gone. But that's almost like in your gas tank. You only put like 4 gallons in your gas tank. It's not going to get you far, but it's enough to get you somewhere. You understand? So sleeping is vital and the body uses that time to catch up. Like when you turn the computer off, it's going to use that time to catch up, but it's nothing like restarting it. It's nothing like turning it completely off. Shut it down, shut it back on, put it back on, and reboot it and allow itself to really get back to where it needs to be, to cleanse out all the unnecessaries, so its processes can work out correctly. Are you getting me? So the solution is when you take it orally, it's going to clean out your blood, stuff like that. You can use, there's all kinds of forms of it, but what I found very effective for most people is tea. Detox tea will get you straight. And you'll ask, okay, Dr. Morpheus, how many times should I take my detox tea? Well, how healthy is your life? What are you doing for yourself? Okay, let me talk about me for a second, and then I'm going to let you determine what you need to do. I'm at the point now, if I take detox tea or detox anything, my body's going to say, please, what's this? Because I'm clean. I did that just the other day. I had 2 packets. Yeah, one is good, but 2 is better. 1 packet of detox tea is good. And it works its wonders with a glass of water. Let's see, what's like a coffee cup, a small coffee cup, porcelain coffee cup. You can do that. Okay, not a big one. You know the sizes of them. There's a typical size of a coffee cup. I'll have to tell you how big that is. But you can add 2. You can add 2 in that coffee cup. And it's effective that way. But you don't need 3, but 2 of them is good enough. And that'll really cleanse your body. But for me, I can do like once every 2 weeks. I can do that and still be all right and not really notice the difference because my blood's already cleansed. I don't have that mucus that's been building up over time. So therefore, for me, I can wait that long. But in the beginning processes of, if you've never done it before, I would suggest once a week. Maybe like on a Friday or a Saturday when you're not going anywhere, you're going to sleep on Friday, Take the detox, go to sleep. Leave it alone. Let the whole week work itself out. And maybe like every other week, something like that. Or you can say, well, I'll do mine once every 2 weeks. As long as you get it done, that's all that matters. And pill form, I never did it. Don't care. Some people ask me about apple cider vinegar. How about this? And I'm gonna let you do your own discovery with this. As your professor here, if I'm not doing it, something should tell you there's a reason why. I never did, not interested. Okay, I don't need fermented vinegar I don't need it. Why? Fermentation. I know too much about genetics and the cell wall. I know too much about how you can teach your body how to be youthful or to grow old fast. Okay, for it may work for some people, but only for a short trip. And you got to understand, if you are black, if you are white, or if you're Mexican or Chinese, just because a white person take apple cider vinegar, that don't mean you do. Or just because a black person take apple cider vinegar, that don't mean any other culture needs to do it either. That just may be well for the black person. I'm not saying it is. I'm just giving an example. It only works for a certain type of people or a certain type of chemistry. You are all one human being, but you're a different type of human being by your phylum and your genetics. For myself, I know my genes and my genetics. I've studied myself. That's why I'm the best version of myself, and I'm able to share this information with you. And because I know myself, you won't find apple cider vinegar in my house. Ever. Not even anything vinaigrette. To me, for me, maybe not you, it's the dumbest, the most senseless thing to do. Okay, no, there's other natural forms of cleansing yourself and getting yourself together. What you need to do is stop adding stuff to your body, start taking things away. Did you hear what I said? Stop adding things to your body. Your body needs to start taking things away. That's what causes the backup, by adding too much. Now, when I talked about the enema as well, that's another form of cleansing your body. The enema is another effective way. You don't have to be always in the hospital. You don't have to be considered as a patient, or it don't have to be a form where you getting surgery done down there. So they need to make sure that your colon is clean before they go in. Otherwise, you'd be embarrassed, but they're pretty used to that anyway. But there's just some people who just don't give a damn. but respectful representation, it goes a long way. But however, let me ask you a question. Okay, here's my professional question to you. And I know this by experience, not myself, by others who have come to me with this. And I told them, Mel, too late, Mel, just pay the hospital bill because you waited too long. Do you want the doctor or the physician or whoever else to tell you that there is black lumps in your gut lining and your colon walls, or do you want to do something about it now and not wait till later? Or do you want to pay expensive colonoscopy bills? Do you want to go somewhere and they stick something up to pull it down for you because you don't want to pull it down yourself because you don't know yourself? You are responsible for your own body, and Morpheus is giving you power today. You are your own doctor. I know a lot of people hate me saying something like that. No, you are. It's your body. Nobody can tell you what to do with your body. That's just real. It's your body. It's you. Or do you want to pay somebody else extreme? You say something like, well, I got insurance. I'll just go somewhere and have somebody else do it. Well, if you want to do it, fine. Again, it's not up to me to tell you what you do with your body. I'm telling you, you need to know yourself. It's your car. It's your oil. It has your signature on it. You don't know you. The majority of sheeple is like this. This is why the industries are so rich, because people are dumb. They don't know how to stick. Let me stop. They don't know how to take care of themselves, so you need somebody else to take care of you. It's your body, it's your name, it's your social security, it's your DNA, but you don't know how to take care of yourself. God be blessed. But no, you're going to have to follow the instructions, okay, and get that stuff out of your colon. And the enema would tell you how to do it. There are two forms of this. What I know with my knowledge is that there are two forms. There is enema in a bottle that you're going to drink, and it's a laxative sort of thing, and it will push stuff out. That's effective as well, to the point where it's almost like detox. You would say, okay, Morpheus, which you're going to take, the detox or the laxative? Yeah, I would do that one at a time, not all at one time. Then you really be groggy, especially if we do it the first day. For me, if I did something like that, I may be all right. I'll be tired, and then I'll just be regular. To me, it's just like going to the restroom and I'm done. You're like, wow, is that it? That's it? Because I don't have that to worry about. But if you've never done it before, you're going to find yourself really tired all day, and you have to drink a lot of water, in which you're going to have to do that anyway. But let me continue on here before we get off topic, because you need some solutions, okay? We'll talk about the water and this stuff later in a moment, okay? So you have the orally kind, the liquid kind, which is going to actually get through your gut, top version of your internal intestines, and start working its way that way. Okay, that is effective as well. And then you have the enema. The enema is in the bottle. It's liquid, but you put it in your back door. Okay, and you have to do it that way and insert it and learn the method of how it needs to be done. That's effective as well, because there is how can I put it? There's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say there's 6 to 7 inches, okay, depending on how big you are and your body weight, of length that will need to be reached by the enema itself when you do it by your back door anally. All right, and if you do it properly, you're going to know this instantly, because it's going, well, of course, you know, you're gonna know it instantly. Let's be real. But you want to wait a while, and it's going to be able to reach even further up, like it need to, into your colon line and your gut line. So it's going to help. It's almost like you're taking a rag and you're wiping the oil off with the rag, which is a little bit more effective than when you like spraying it down, or you use a chemical to do it and wait for it to drip down. You see what I'm saying? You putting the chemical is okay, but wiping it with your bare hands, you're really going to get it clean. So you have these three methods, okay, and you don't want to do it all at one time. However, if you were to use the liquid kind versus the enema at the same time, you're still going to be tired by what you drink, but the enema isn't all that. It's not going to hurt you like that. Okay, that's just proven, and there's not a lot of side effects with that. But what will happen is your body, here's the thing, you don't use that all the time. Not like you do your detox tea every 2 weeks. Okay, you're going to have to give yourself at least 3 or 4 months or more before you do an enema again. And here's why. Because your body builds up its own mucus naturally. Okay, it builds it up. You can't keep stripping down that oil. You need oil to lubricate your fecal matter when it is leaving your colon, when it's coming down the tract. Are you understanding this? So if you do it all the time, not only will your body get used to you doing it manually that way, and you can cause a sort of imbalance in your body. All right. You're also stripping your own oil from processing. So therefore, you don't need to do, for the first time, you will need to do it. If you've never done it before, you're going to need to go ahead and get that enema and get that stuff out. And I can guarantee you, just about a guarantee, you're going to find something. Okay. You're going to be like, I did not know that was there. No, you did not know. Especially if you're 56, 60 something. Yes, yeah, nasty. Yeah, you're going to be like, what? That's been there. I didn't know. No, you didn't know because the body's like, I want you to be comfortable, but it was protecting you the whole time. Now you see the shield smeared. However, that again, the enema is several months apart from each other because you need the body to build up its own mucus in the lining. It's going to have to build it up on its own. And it's going to feel differently when you have to go to the stool because the oil is thinner than what it used to be. And it's not going to be so thick. Again, depending on how healthy you are. Okay. And you're still going to have to drink water as well. Water is the most effective with all of this. As I promised you, I was going to give you. Water is what will help you with your regularity. And it will also help you after you take this, the enema orally. Because you're going to spew this thing out. Okay. It will help. It will help in the long run. Okay. Now another question is, would you be taking water with detox? Well, you already just did. That's why I told you it's very effective. When you take the detox tea, you got water with it already. It's already in water. And depending on how much water you got, it's going to help. You just got to just be prepared for you to be a little tired and groggy because your body is working overtime with this thing in it that's assisting and supporting the body's regularity, or supporting the body getting rid of the bacteria and the waste that you have in your blood and other portions of your body. Now, next question is some people saying, what about mucus in your nose? There are certain things like Flonase, there's Mucinex, and there's being careful not to breathe in heavy amounts of air, but it's a little bit more difficult than talking about the mucus that's in your lining in your back door. Those two different things, but you still have to be mindful and careful of what you're breathing in and where you are around. The mucuses change every now and then. And also, when you get to the form where you start getting a cold, okay, that's why you start sneezing and your nose start dripping and stuff like that. Your body has a special way of defending itself. It's not like a car. It's not like a machine or a physical thing where it can just fight back with bare fists. It uses chemistry to fight back. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Your body uses its own chemicals to fight back. Now, speaking of the chemicals it used to fight back, there's a thing called diarrhea, and there's and this mucus thing that's going on. Your body acts out what needs to be done, and it's uncomfortable for you, but it's a comfortable outlet for the body itself. So again, the mucus in the nose lining and the spittle and things like that is another form of isolating this thing and getting it out of the body because it don't need to be there. And the more it's infected, the more it's going to build up this mucus. Okay, which has a different form of chemical reaction than what it would be in your colon line, because your colon line is not going to act like that and you're just dripping all over the place. No, but that's more like for your nose up there in your nostril area because of the soft bones and how that is put together with your own chemistry, right? Of course, we all know, and you should know, that diarrhea is a form of you ate something bad. Your body's trying to get rid of something, and it's a bad sign. And when that happens, everything else falls down with it. And there may be some nutrition that the body needs, but it has to do an emergency exit so all the nutrition and everything leaves. Okay, now I'm going to say something that may make you a little confused. Okay, I was going to say the medical world might be upset at me, but I don't care less what they think. They just want to put a pill with everything. They unnatural. No, Morpheus. Dr. Morpheus, you're screwing us over. We can't make money. Shut up, Dr. Morpheus. We don't want you to say all that. Yeah, but sometimes diarrhea is good. It's good. It's kind of crazy for me to say something like that. If I get diarrhea, to me, it's not like a really bad thing. I rejoice because it's going to do its own cleansing process. That means everything there is breaking down and it's getting out of your way. It's getting out of your way. And you should notice that when this happens, you feel so much better for it. It's gone. It's out. You're a lot more energetic and you feel differently. Your eyes are a lot more clear. You're like, what's going on here? Your body is the most smartest, most unique, and the best machine ever created on the face of existence. It's a marvelous machine. Well, organic machine. It knows what it's doing. It don't need your book taught, indoctrinated, heavy-handed, I'm going to medicate, stick myself with needles and eat and do all kind of unnatural things industry that y'all been living for such a long time and you're dying from. You don't realize that until you get so old and the doctor has to tell you, you got this buildup, you got this plaque over here, you got this black mark over here now called cancer. So we got to go do some cutting and some snipping because you kept eating bad the whole time. You kept hurting yourself the whole time. So the body is so unique where it goes through these phases to get rid of all that bad waste. All that bad waste. So it cleans your bowels out. It's wonderful. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. It's wonderful. It to me, okay, you want a description? It's like when you're cleaning, how about this? I don't know if a lot of you know about this thing, but radiator flush. And sometimes in the radiator flush, you take a hose and you spray that hose inside the radiator. All that water, all the old antifreeze come out. It cleans all the vintage. It cleans whatever's clogged up in it. It lets it all go. And then it's fresh and you can add fresh antifreeze in this radiator and last another 100,000 miles or so, depending on how good this antifreeze is. That's the same as your body. It needs to reset itself. And if you don't do it, it's going to reset itself whether you like it or not, especially if you keep eating nasty food, meats. Meats is a number one cause of this. And a lot of you don't know this, but here again, it's a red pill, whether you accept it or not. It's on you. It can sit in your gut lining for so long and stink for so long. And when you when you expel or flagellants, you offend everybody and yourself. You be like, dang, what did I eat? No, sometimes it's not what you eat, it's what you ate. Did you hear what I just said? It's not what you eat, it's what you ate already, which is still there. In a week in advance, it's still there. A week ago, you went to the restaurant and ate this nice meal and it went down good. It tastes great. But your body isolated it and it was isolatable. It was edible, but it was non-processable because you ate the wrong type of food for your phylum and your gut lining is only so wide, it's small. So it stays there for so long and the fluid is trying to work itself through it and on it and push it, but it can't do it because it's backed up. Your pipes is backed up. And then eventually your body will get tired and you start building up all these other type of waste byproducts. Eventually your body's going to say, okay, here comes the stomach ache. Oh, listen. Did you hear Dr. Morphy said, here comes the stomach ache. Why is my stomach hurting? I ate something weird today. Yeah, you finally found a food somewhere that helped trigger this diarrhea process. Yes, you did. The body was waiting on this. It waited a week and a half for you to figure this out, but you didn't figure it out. It's just the body going through its own natural processes. And so this variant, this so-called food became a medicine eventually over time and triggered this reaction. Now your stomach hurt. There's some aching going on. You're like, oh man, I gotta go to the bathroom. And then the body's like, I finally found my tool. And here's the washing mechanism going on. And here comes diarrhea. And what happens is I know this is something for some of y'all in the medical world. Like, okay, Morpheus, now you talking some stuff. Where's your facts? This sounds like a bunch of malarkey. Like, oh, man. But here we go. And I'm making it fun, actually, too. Body language. Where it's going to use this time. You ate this food. Now this food is used now as the hose. It's used as, I put the hole on the top of the radiator to blow the stuff out. And it's going to bypass those cloggy areas. It's going to bypass that meat and stuff that you put in your body that you weren't supposed to be eating anyway. That week old bacon, week old ham, week old steak. Oh, I eat stuff like that. I just don't get it. We're not cannibals. Anyhow, there's other forms of getting your protein. Why you got to eat animals to get protein? Anyhow, before I even... So it begins. And it does it in such a form where it may take at least sometimes twice or three, depending on how bad your system is and how much of what you ate. A process of wringing you out. And then you feel better for it. Does that mean you don't need colon cleansing after that? No, you still will need it. There's still a chance that there may be some sediments there somewhere. You're still going to find it after you do that, and you wait like until your body balances itself back out. A day or two or something, or you don't eat nothing. You go for water, juice, for a jog. You do it again, you're still going to find something there. You say, why is this? The body didn't tell me it was sitting there. No, the body's not going to tell you. I keep telling you, I'm telling you right now, the body's not going to tell you it's there. The body will wait. Listen carefully. Your body is going to wait until everything gets packed down, packed up into much. Then it's going to act. By the time it builds up, by that time it builds up, it's been in there for too long already. Especially if your mucus line is already old and you haven't cleansed yourself ever. So now all this new bacteria, this waste is stuck to your wall, and then your wall is still magnet. No matter how old it is, that's going to add to the mucus. Yes, it's going to add to it. And then finally you go to the bathroom and you think it's done. And you still walking around and you got aches and pains places. You don't know why you're frustrated. You don't know why you can't sleep. You don't know why you don't have the energy that you need to have. You don't know why your metabolism is slowing down. You want to know why? Some people say, well, it's because you're getting older. No, sometimes y'all just keep on eating. That's your problem. Your body is already trying to get rid of food in your system, but you keep on eating. You got this idea of eating lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Or some of you is breakfast and dinner, breakfast and dinner. And then some people just eat like a bird. You just eat whenever you get hungry. And so I get a lot of, not patience. I guess if I'm your pretend talker, I guess I can call them that. If I'm your pretender here, but people who come to me and they ask me how this happened, I don't confront them on them eating all day. I confront them on what are you eating, not how you're eating. What are you eating? I worry about how you eating when you go by this dumb program of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Go ahead and sicken yourself with the 3 cycle and don't give your colon any rest. You are damn near for sure to meet the hospital eventually, or probably your grave, eating like that. Your body don't need that type of stuff. You don't need to be eating so heavy that way. Give yourself some time to rest. Sometimes going on a fluid diet. No, let me get back on what I was talking about the patients when they come to me. Okay, I'll get back to the fluid diet thing. Okay, it depends on what they're eating and how much of it. Sometimes your body do need something at that particular moment, but what are you going to give it? Y'all give it Doritos, packs of Cheetos. Y'all give it Cheez-Its, bagels with cream cheese. Y'all go to McDonald's, you'll go eat a pack of ramen noodles. Y'all go eat some of y'all some hot dogs, a pack of bologna. So y'all eat all kind of things during that process. It's still damaging, as in the breakfast, lunch, and dinner type of idea or frequency.
not going to help your body. It depends on what you're eating. Like if you're eating some lettuce, or you try to grab a couple of cucumbers, a little bit of broccoli or something like that, or some carrots on the side. You get hungry again, you grab a little thing of some a vegetable or a strawberry slushy or something like that, which have a little bit of sugar in it, mostly fruit and everything like that. The sugar is already going to be with the food as it is, so you don't have to have additional sugar, but you're sustaining yourself with just that little bit, and the body is okay with it. Or you gonna mess around with just a little bit of kale, not a lot, because kale can be full of fiber and it can be stuck in your body as well. Sometimes it can be just as bad as meat because it takes so long to process out, and the body's like, dang, I can't get rid of this. And it's still in your body like 5 meals later or come out of the 5th meal. So it's not how many times you eat, it's what you're eating when you eat. If you're eating small portions, you're not doing nothing but continuously fueling your body, like giving yourself 3 gallons of tank every so miles. But you're leaving all this empty space. Now, you may have other physicians or doctors try to tell you otherwise. Eat till you get full. Eat 1 meal a day and just go. You still have to go by how you feel, what you think about the situation, because you're your own doctor. That's why I tell you, either you take the red pill or you take the blue pill, and you decide for yourself. I'm just here to bring you to the water. But just know this ain't for free, that I'm telling you. This ain't for free, because this just might be the thing that you may need. This may help you. Now, flipping back over to what I was talking about, taking fluids and juices. Again, it depends on what fluids and juices. You can have water, but you're still going to have some type of nutrition in your body as well, or some type of protein to sustain your body. Otherwise, you're going to exhaust yourself. You're going to get a headache. You're going to get a headache and think that it's going to be a feeling of, of thirst or dehydration. And you're not. Okay, your body's going to need or you can grab some peanuts. Grab some peanuts and a healthy shake or drink or something like that, which gives yourself, your body a sense of balance, and that there's something there in your gut to work with. All right, and steer a little closer to your vegetables on the often, and leave some of those fruits alone, because the fruits still have sugar in it, and sugar isn't all that good for you. The fruit may be, but the sugar is not. And when you start, I'm not going to get into that in this audio. I told you this can be a book, and I'm not going to do it right now. Sugar is dangerous for your body. I call sugar crack. And I'm going to make an audio after this based on sugar. Just to give you a heads up. I'm going to make an audio based off sugar. And I'm going to tell you how this equates to children and what happens today in America. Okay? But however, with that, to be very cautious and conscious of yourself. To wrap it all up, you have these 3 facets that you can choose to use based on, it's all about timing as well. When you choose to use them, make sure you have some time on your hands where you're at home or you're going to sleep, which is the best time. You wake up in the morning, you go to work, and you forget about it. When you go to the bathroom, you realize instantly that your body is getting rid of all this stuff, and congratulations, because the rest of your day is going to be, you're ready to go. You cleansed yourself now. Now you're ready you got full energy to do something a little longer, to live longer. You drink from the sea of youth now, whereas other people, you see them when they're around you, they're frustrated, they're mad, their faces are all red and pink. They don't think straight. They're making mistakes. That's because the body's dealing with the chemistry in you at the same time. And you don't know it because the chemistry is a very unique thing. Your body is a masterpiece. And if you remember what I said, really take this home with you. Take this home with you and keep this in your diary or on your smartphone. Your body, number one, wants you to be comfortable, number one. It's not
going to tell you that this is going on. It's not going to tell you that this is going on, but you will find out once it builds up. After the die is cast, then you find out. And usually that's when you have your problems. That's when you start seeing or feeling spots of cancer. This is when you got colon issues. This is when men start having erectile dysfunctions in certain areas. I'm not going to get to that right now. This is when your hair's falling out. This is when you start getting rashes and stuff. You don't know why. You got bumps everywhere. Why you got brown stuff all over your skin. Yes, my white sisters, I'm talking to you. My white sisters, why do you have brown stuff all over your skin? Where's that coming from, sweetheart? Your body is smarter than that. And some people say, well, we're getting dead cells. We're getting older. And no. Listen carefully. The body is smart, and it's an intelligent organic learning cell. And the more you do something, it's going to show over the years. It shows up, not instantly. When you're a little girl, you're 22, beautiful, big-eyed, long hair, walking around, sundress, flip-flops. You don't notice this when you have an ice cream cone in your hand and you're outside blowing balloons and you're playing with your sister. You're okay. You don't know. Your body's still like, I don't like this stuff. I don't like this stuff, but you like it because it tastes good to you. The biggest crime that humanity can do on itself is what it puts in its mouth. It's a crime because you think it tastes good, but it's not good for you. And so if you do that, you're 20, or no, you was 8 years old, and you turn 12 to 15, 18. You do that for 30, 40 years. Let's just say 42 years. You do that for 42 years. For 42 years, your body was trying to tell you in its own way, but it wasn't really screaming it out at you, but it showed you through your chemistry, your mood swings, and your attitudes. And eventually, here it is. Once it shows up on your skin, it's too late. Now it's surgery time. Now it's Noxzema. Now it's skincare cream. Now it's Jergens oil and things like that. I know about this stuff. I told you, sweetheart. I know about you. Now it's too late now. Your body, listen, it's done now. The body, it's 40 years in, 20 years, 30 years in. It's already on your skin. Once it gets that far, that means you went too far, sweetheart. You went too far. When you could have cleansed it a long time ago or stopped the food, or your mom and your dad should have been on Morpheus's page. They should have knew me. Okay? They should have listened when you was 12 years old, 8 years old. To say, no, I love my baby. And while you're screaming, I want my ice cream. I want my milk. I want macaroni and cheese. I want this. I want that. I want ham. I want bacon in the morning, mama. I want my Pop-Tarts. I want that. I want yogurt, Go-Gurt. I know all that crazy kid stuff, junk. I want jelly. I want Jello. I want jelly beans. I want what do you call that? Gummy bears. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want toast in the morning from white enriched bread with modified cornstarch. My God, you want this stuff with butter, whatever you do, and it will be up to the parent at the time to think about it. Say, no, you can't have it. I'm gonna give you something simple. I want something sweet, mommy. No, I'm gonna give you 2 pieces of strawberries right here, and you're gonna have this organic, natural wheat bread that's non-modified and it has no high fructose corn syrup. There you go, daughter. I love you. And she'll, yeah, let you do that. Yeah, and she'll look at you like you're crazy. Like, what the is this? I want some strawberry jelly, and I want some toast with butter. You say, no, I don't want. No, you can't have butter. That's all you're gonna get. Just toast and these strawberries. See, nature, it may not be as good as the store-bought manufactured food. It can taste good naturally, 2 strawberries and a couple of bananas or something like that. It can taste good naturally, and the bread may not taste all that great without butter and all this old crazy stuff on it, but it's still good to you, and your body will get used to it over time. I gave you an example when I first started this audio. This tea that I drink have nothing in it. For some people, it's nasty as hell. If I give this to a 12-year-old or an 8-year-old child, they will spit it out. They will not drink this. They will not drink this. I'm talking about uncaffeinated. They will say, what is this nasty stuff am I drinking? Because y'all program y'all children, and sorry, my sisters who I'm talking to, you've been programmed to eat a certain way for so long where it starts showing, and it's too late when it shows. Your skin is not going to go back to white with all these brown spots on it. You got to cover it up with mascara, and you got to paste it over. Morpheus didn't do that. That's people who don't want to listen to me. This isn't limited to you, but it's a good example. Brown skin, black people have this issue too, but it comes out differently. For the woman, some of this stuff comes out through her hair, and it comes out through black bumps and abrasions. Yes, it does. And it comes out through achy joints. But because the white sister is white skin, this makes a good example, because you can easily see these brown spots. You can easily see them. They're not microscopic anymore. The years have wore on you by not just the years, but by your usage of what you've been eating and how you've been getting rid of your waste. And now it's so bad. Even worse if you've been drinking beer in your college years, in your girl groups, girls night out, your Jägermeister and Budweiser, and I just want to just get effed up this weekend. That's exactly what you're doing. You're getting effed up. You're effing yourself up for the future, and you don't see the F up until you 45 something years old. And now you look like grandma, but you're like 40 something years old. A lot of times, listen carefully, because black women have this issue too, and black men. But for some Caucasian white women, it's even more punctual. Maybe I should make an audio just dedicated to this, because this is another huge thing. It's not just a genetic thing. Some people say, well, white women get older faster. They look older at a certain age. No, sweetheart. Listen carefully. That may be a small percentage, and it's a small possibility. There are some very attractive, still cute, older, more mature white women, but a lot of that stems to how you've been eating and how you've been raised. And most times when you live the life of you can do whatever you want to do, you're partying, you're getting yourself bent over too many times, you're playing around, and you're just drinking, and I can smoke and drink, and I can smoke and drink, and yay, these guys love me. And you're getting my God, you're getting so many things done to your body, tattoos everywhere. Tattoos all up your arm. It's only a certain amount of time where that youth, you're walking away from the river of youth. And then when it shows, you look like grandma at the age of 45, or the white lady, she looks older, because your body have been fighting all these years to get rid of your bacteria, your waste, and your bad habits, and even bad energy. And so now all you can do is depend on pharmaceuticals. You see, this stuff was real. It happens. And again, a lot of it, not just your life habits, is to detox your body. Don't detox and then drink again. And I can't even say that word properly. I never can. Don't even judge me. I never can say whatever. Canceller, I can't say the word. I've spoken to someone before about this, and she was a brown skinned girl, and she said she took detoxing because she was a heavy drinker. She figured in her mind that it was okay to drink because she would detox. No, ma'am. No. No, ma'am. No. you're making it worse for yourself. Your body is smarter than that. The body's not stupid. Because the body's already trying to get this yeast out of your body. The body's already trying to get this additional fermented substance out of your blood. It's not stupid. You add some detox to it and you drinking at the same time. I'm a drink, I'm drunk, and I'm gonna do detox. I'm a drink, I drunk, I'm gonna do detox. I'm gonna smoke some weed, I'm gonna detox. I'm gonna smoke my cigarette, I'm gonna detox. I went partying yesterday and I ate some really bad food, but I'm gonna detox afterwards. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, that's what you call nulling the situation. I just lost the word. I'm not gonna try to look for it. You're nulling it. You're defeating the purpose. You're destroying yourself. It's a pointless situation. You might as well just leave the detox alone. Because you're not getting anywhere. Because now you're agitating the body now. Because you're doing one thing and you're trying to take something else in. Okay, you're not going to do anything but get older. And eventually you start looking like grandma even faster. And your hair start falling out. And if your hair is already thin and stringy, it's really going to be thin and stringy. You're not going to know why. And here comes your dead ends. Then what happened? Listen carefully. I need y'all to check up on this. Listen. Check me out. Check me out. Eventually, over time, you end up feeling or thinking you need to cut your hair because things are going bad for you. You start getting frustrated and you start gaining weight. And this is how you end up, especially with my white brothers. This is how they end up with their wife being big with short hair. See, I'm giving you the keys right now to the river of youth. Should you take the red pill or not? You don't want to take it? Fine. What harm would that be if someone tells you, don't go out the house today because boulders are flying out of the sky? What harm would that be to actually stay inside the house that day, when the consequences of staying inside the house is just avoiding a possible situation, than to just go out there and gamble with something that you probably really don't want to gamble with, because there's no chance of coming back from a boulder flying down and hitting you. When life is just like this, you're not going to get your youth back. Once you start getting some colon work done, I know too many gentlemen that have had that done, and I do my research. I ask them these hard questions, and it always leads to them saying, well, I did not know that until the doctor said. Just like a song. I did not know that until the doctor said. I didn't know until the doctor said. I didn't know until the doctor said. And all the time. I get it all the time. And those who are aware, they will take their poison and their detox at the same time and still be sick. It's either one or the other. You put your body on the track of health and then you stay on that track. The consequence isn't going to be soon. It's going to be later. Oftentimes when you are in the clean bill of health, you don't know how healthy you are until you challenge yourself, until you get out there and you go for a marathon, or you go to the gym, or you wrestle somebody, or you do some type of competition. You say, dang, I didn't know I could do that. All this time you've been eating healthy and doing well for yourself. I told you once upon a time when I went to a skating rink, and it was like a 3-hour session. I was enjoying myself. I went in there and I was just skating, enjoying myself, skating. The time went so fast. I can only recall sitting on the wall for a good 5 minutes just to adjust my skating, my shoestrings. I had to bend down and adjust my shoestrings on my skates to make sure that they wasn't falling off. Are you hear what I'm saying? Straighten up my pants, make sure I wasn't looking ratchet and sweaty all over the place, and I got back at it. I didn't know that I was skating the entire time for 3 hours straight. I didn't know until somebody and a couple of kids came up to me and said, dang, how did you do that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And the other people were like, man, what
what are you on, man? Are you human? I'm like, what? I'm still curious. Like, what are y'all talking about? Until they said, damn, man, you was skating the whole time. You're not tired? I'm like, I was thinking, no. And I start to replay everything that happened in my mind. There were teenagers, kids. There were people 20, 21 years old, 16, 15, who exited the ring a long time ago, and they sat down and started putting on their shoes, and they had enough. There were older people, they don't last that long, but they get in there and do like 5 minutes and then sit down. I kept on going. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing me. Why is this? Because health, the river of health. I've detoxed during that time. I was done with it. You don't know what you can do until you challenge yourself. Same as the gym. When I go to the gym, it's the same way. I'm throwing stuff around. I'm on the treadmill running, get off the treadmill, so get on the bench, go do some squatting, go do some curls. Then I'm on the bicycle. I'm over here. I'm doing the fly, the butterfly, and everybody's looking at me. And I'm wondering, why the hell is everybody staring at me? I'm not the best looking guy in this gym, even though I think I am, but I'm not the best looking guy. I'm not the biggest, even though truly I am. And I'm just standing like, what? What are they staring at? And I begin to replay in my mind, oh, maybe because I look crazy? And I'm thinking, no, it's because they're sitting down. They're panting. They're like, God, I'm so tired. And I'm still going. Like I'm curling, and it's like the body's like, I want more of this. I'm like, dang, when I did 50, 60, 70, what? It's not tired yet. The muscles isn't sore. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the secrets of the universe, the secrets of the youth, the lake of life right now. I'm giving it to you at a cost, though. I told you, I'm going to pay you. Have to pay me for this. The reason is I did not know until I challenged myself. So now, to challenge myself, I push myself like that to see just how healthy I am, because your body's not going to tell you, but it tells you through your activities. When you're tired, when you go for a jog, you're like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, your body's telling you, you are not it. You are failing yourself. But when you are healthy, your body's going to keep on going, and you will never know, because you're just living in the pond of life. You get what I'm saying? Even your sex drive is wonderful thereafter. Yes, your stamina is better. Yeah, I know this personally. Yeah. You like, man, 30 minutes, please. Like no. I'm just getting started. What are you talking about? Oh my God. Yeah, you better put a glass of water. No, you better put a jug of cold water right there next to the bed. Because, yeah. And some exchange of towels, because it's and have some time, because the stamina and the health is there, and it should be that way. I mean, aren't you going to enjoy it? If you don't enjoy it, you're going to be, I just want it and get out. No way. That's like skating, gym. If you enjoy doing what you're doing, you're going to want it to make it last forever. Make it last forever. Right? Don't sit up there and, oh, well, I only got 5 minutes. I'm a 5-minute man. In, out. Like, what? Seriously? You don't enjoy it. You just like drinking this. You go to the fountain of water, just get a glass of water, and you just put the water in the sink, and you're done. Like, how can you enjoy that? There's no pleasure there. So used to doing it. No, let me stop. I put my back into it. Okay. And it's just nice that way. But however, you don't know these things until you test yourself. That's the thing. You don't know how healthy you are. Sometimes you never know. Over a certain amount of months or years, your hair will be longer and more cleaner, shiny. Your skin will be clear. You may have a couple of brown spots. You may have a couple of abrasions here and there, rash from irritation, or you might have a bit of a sensitivity in the right spots. Okay. But you don't know how healthy you are until you really know other people and what they're doing and how they're living their life. You'll be surprised how many 20 and 19-year-old people that are unhealthy. They're not healthy. Just because they're young, that don't mean they're healthy. They are unhealthy. They've been eating McDonald's since they was 5 years old. I'm not saying McDonald's unhealthy, so don't get mad, Mr. Ronald. I'm not saying you unhealthy. I'm talking about eating fast food. Just saying McDonald's is an example of fast food, not cooking at home. Not eating carrots because they're allergic to carrots and corn. Well, yeah, you don't mess with corn anyway. But carrots and legumes and beans, right? Peanuts, decent celery, right? Lettuce, organic foods, and vegetables. They're not used to it. So that 19-year-old, 20-year-old person is actually very unhealthy. They may be young, but if you transform immediately, you snap your fingers and they turn from 20 to 40 and 40 to 60. From 20 to 40, they will be sitting down, exhausted, and probably on their way to the hospital. At 60, they're in their wheelchair. They're walking around hunched over because of how we live today. But you can keep running around him. You're 35, 36, 40 something years old, doing better than them. Why? Because you're healthy. Your colon is cleansed. You detox yourself. They're 20 years undetoxed. I know you're asking me, can they detox? They can detox. They may not. I won't say they should not do it, but I would say it will still help them to detox in enema as well, but not so often. Maybe one time every certain years. Okay, but if they detox themselves, it will help just simply detoxing. Then they can really take power over their youth, and you'll find the next athlete or the next person who is really capable of going places because they're young enough to bounce back and serve their nature properly. So I can go more. This was a very, very long lesson here in the Academy of Wildman. And I know you got something out of this. So keep this in mind. And I do have more audios for you. I'm going to discuss this thing about sugar. All right. So again, this is Leon C. I am your Morpheus. Should you choose to take the red pill or the blue pill, it's your choice. And again, on the end of this, to put the cherry on top of the cake, I've been getting a lot of people talking about the red pill, like saying, what is your version of the red pill? Why is this red pill like this? But I'm going to describe it to you in the next audio. The audio is going to be talking about sugar. Okay. And I'm going to let you know now with the, it's going to be called Sugar Babies. Yes, it's going to be called Sugar Babies. And that is it for today. Until next time.